These are my top 10 altcoins that I am buying right now, and I have bought previously over the last 8 to 10 months that I think will all have massively explosive runs when the bull run continues. In this video, I'm going to show you how exactly each one of these can get almost a 10x, and in some cases, even up to a 15 or 20x from right now making this video today. But before we begin, this video is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this is for entertainment purposes only. It is a lot of speculation, and although I do believe some of these coins will hit the numbers I talk about in these videos, that doesn't mean that is guaranteed at all, and we honestly have no idea what will happen, so please be careful and do your own research before you make any investment in any cryptocurrency. Okay, here we go. This is my altcoin buy list, and as you can already see right here, the growth percentages are absolutely crazy on some of these coins. I'll show you all 10 over the course of this video, but as you can see right down here, we have all these other charts and things going on, including the airdrop farming spreadsheet right here, which is available only to my subscribers on my VIP membership. Go to mattscrypto.com down below in the description and join the membership for just $1 a day, and that's where you'll get access to this airdrop farming guide. You can see all of these are the ones that have completed this year so far, and we're up to $64,000 in airdrops alone in 2024. If we scroll down more, there's about 30 other airdrops on this list that haven't happened yet. So you can get access to that and all these other things down here, as well as talking to all of us in the group every single day. mattscrypto.com, check it out. Okay, here we go. The first coin on the list is going to be none other than Pepe. I made this video over 1 year ago in May of 2023 saying how Pepe was going to be the meme coin of this bull run, and so far I have been spot on. This coin has done over a 20x since this point, and I do believe it's going to continue its run to do something similar to what Dogecoin did in 2021. And so as we can see right here, the current market cap is around $5.2 billion, which is not small by any means. This is the biggest meme coin outside of our top two, which are Dogecoin and Sheeb, which are from last cycle. This is the only new meme coin that has a market cap that is above $5 billion. If we take the Dogecoin 2021 top, which was about $88 billion, and let's just say it's 20% lower than that, that would put us somewhere around $70 billion market cap, which would be a 13.4x from today. Over 1,200% growth. So that is already above our 10x mark that we're trying to hit on most of these coins in this video. I think Pepe, as a real possibility, could hit over a 10x from here, and it's already done an insane run up to this point. I do have a considerable amount of Pepe. I bought it, again, like I said in that video, about a year ago. So I've been holding a good amount of Pepe for quite a while. And I do think that it's going to do a lot more damage over the next year or so. Think about it this way. In 2021, Dogecoin did this massive run, and it was obviously helped out a lot by Elon and other people pumping it. But if Pepe really is the meme coin choice of this cycle, and there is way more exposure, way more mainstream talk about cryptocurrency this year than there was 3 years ago, I don't see any reason why Pepe can't get to the market cap of Doge of 3 years ago, let alone maybe even past that point. So I think $50 billion market cap, $7 billion market cap, even though it's insane and it sounds insane and it's literally just a meme, I do think it's possible, and if it does happen, we will see a 10x or potentially even higher. The next coin on my list is WIF. This one is on Solana, and it's another classic meme, nowhere near as popular as the Pepe meme, but for some reason, this one just keeps going, and I faded it at first, but now I've realized that this is a coin that has absolutely no reason to be doing what it's doing, which is exactly why we want to buy it. Meme coins that have no utility, have no purpose, purely just have a solid meme and a community behind it that is really for the meme, do the best. It's just the truth. There's no celebrity attachment. There's no utility. There's no inherent value. There's absolutely no reason this thing should be worth $2.5 billion. It's worth more than some airlines are worth, which is crazy talk. But when we focus on memes, we don't care about the obvious reasonable things. These are meme coins for a reason. They defy all odds. So I'm gonna say WIF is our Shiba, our second highest meme coin of 2024, 2025 bull run. So if we take the Shiba all all-time high, and subtract about 15% of that. This is again from 2021, so I think it'll be easier to hit these numbers now with more money in cryptocurrency. $35 billion is the market cap target we have for WIF, and that would again put us at a 13 and change multiplier from where we're at right now, meaning that the price of WIF today, somewhere around $2.50, would go up enough to do 1,267% returns in the next year or so, depending on how long it takes to get to the top of the bull run. That would be crazy, and these are crazy numbers. Trust me, when I say these out loud, it's like, that's just nuts to think that a WIF coin would have $35 billion of money behind it. So this one I could also see doing a fantastic return of 10x plus. The next coin on our list is one that's not a meme coin. It is a actual utility token. This is Render, which is actually now Render. Sorry, it's now Render. They just changed from the Ethereum mainnet over to Solana, which I think is bullish for Render because Solana is becoming the main blockchain that people use to trade coins like WIF and other meme coins. And I do think it's going to be a lot cheaper to transact on with Render, and potentially even better, opens them up for more possibilities now that they're on two different blockchains. So we are going to target the Avalanche peak of 2021. So AVAX token, which is another layer 1 token, but Render is just a AI GPU infrastructure play in cryptocurrency. I do think $20 to $25 billion market cap is possible. And so that would put us at just below a 10x right now from our $2.6 billion market cap. So I think this one's also got the potential with the AI narrative, with NVIDIA blowing up and all of the AI talk with all these major companies developing, ChatGPT with OpenAI and all these other companies, XAI, Microsoft really exploding with AI. I do think Render being an AI adjacent token will do quite well in that narrative. And we also haven't seen the big boom yet with AI in crypto. We have seen it in mainstream. So I do think that crypto will catch up a couple years later, which would put us right on track to do some crazy numbers this bull run once the masses come in and want to buy AI coins in crypto, which I don't think's really happened yet. So far, these numbers are all based on the crypto native folks like you and me who have been here through the bear winter, the bear market, and been buying these coins in the bear market. I don't think the mainstream retail media and explosiveness has come into these coins quite yet. So I do think this one can also do absolutely unreal numbers. The fourth coin on this list, we're back to the meme coins. This one's Bonk. It is another meme coin that's done disgusting numbers, 8,000% gains in 1 year. You can see it's been up and come back, up, come back, up, come back. And we're on a bit of a comeback right now, not as deep as some of these other ones, but I do think that this is a coin that's gonna keep on trucking. It's just under a $2 billion market cap. And unlike the other coins, it actually doesn't have the full supply diluted yet. So there's still tokens releasing into the wild, but this one is in the ballpark of what we're at with WIF. It's just below it. It's also on Solana, which is why I think it's gonna be a lot easier to trade, more liquidity, a lot more volume than you'd see on ETH, because it's a lot cheaper to trade this one on Solana than it is with Pepe on ETH mainnet. And so I do see this one doing a decent amount. I don't think it's going to have as much explosive behavior as these top two. There's only so much room for meme coins to explode. And so I think these top two will be the winners, but we'll see a lot of smaller ones also do quite well. I think Bonk will be part of that. And it already really had its massive explosion, obviously with 8,000% in 1 year, just ridiculous. But I do think we could see this one do somewhere along the lines of a $10 billion market cap, which is still nuts. And that would put us at a 5x from where we're at right now. The next coin on my list is another layer 1. This is Say or Sai, depending on how you say it. I'm not sure how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's got a $1.2 billion market cap, which is lower than these other three meme coins, which is just crazy to talk about. But I do think this is another one, and even though it's not fully diluted yet by any means, I think this is one that could have a Solana trajectory. When Solana first came out, it did this. It had an explosive, 10x roughly, actually did more than 10x in a very short period of time. And then it came back down 70, 80% from that explosion, right? And that's what's happened here. It had its first initial run up, did a disgusting 11x in a very short period of time, right? November to roughly April, March. So not even 6 full months. And then you had a huge sell-off, massive sell-off. We're talking 70, 80%, really brutal for people that bought it up here. They're feeling the pain right now. But then what Solana did is what it's at now. It went berserk, right? It's up to an $80 billion market cap. We'll pull back here and show you what I'm talking about. It went, right? It went boom right here. You can see right here, it went from $3 up to $43, right? So roughly did that 10, 12x, that's what it did. And then it came all the way back down here to about $22, $24. So it did a 50% pullback, 60% pullback. And then you saw what happened after that, right? Up to 258, another 10x. Another more than 10x. I do think that we could see something similar with Say, with it being a new layer one and it is new to this bull market. So it doesn't have that price history that people might be used to with other coins like Polygon and stuff like that, where people have already priced in what it's worth in the last cycle. That doesn't have that price discovery here yet. So I think this is another one that could have a Solana type run out. It's not used as much as I would like to hear it being used, but it is on all the major exchanges so far. And I do think we could see some pretty nasty numbers from this one. If we just go and say it's going to do a 10x from here, roughly 10x, that's $12 billion market cap. And I don't think that's crazy to predict in the peak of a bull market. So we're going to say it does just around a 10x, and that's about 890% from today. The next coin here is Beam, and this is the main gaming play that I have for Web3 this year. I think we can compare it to Gala of 2022. Gala is a game studio, game development company that's in crypto that makes a bunch of different games, partners with a bunch of different games. So we'll say that it could do what Gala did in 2022 with the peak bull market market cap that it had there, plus 25%, because I do think there's a lot more attention to gaming this cycle. Alex Becker, Elio Trades, a lot of the major influencers have been talking about this for years. I do think Web3 and gaming go hand in hand, and so I could see this being higher than we saw in Gala's peak of 2022. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw out an $8 billion market cap for Beam, which is probably one of the leaders. It's one of the ones that's most talked about right now in terms of the gaming infrastructure space. So we could see that one do around a 9x if we do get these numbers in this $8 billion market cap, because right now it's currently just under a $1 billion market cap. It's at 913 million, and it is almost fully diluted, right? The fully diluted value is 1.1 billion. So it's not like this one's got a lot of tokens left to release, which is very positive in terms of the price action long term. Its peak so far was around the other time, which March of 2024, 4 cents. So we're talking it's down over 50% from its peak so far. I do think we can easily get back up to these numbers when things start cooking again, which would put it at a 2x immediately. And then I do think it has a peak of somewhere around an 8 to 10x, which is in line with the video title. The next coin is OXO, and this is a much smaller AI play. I found this coin back when I found Pepe, and this thing was microscopic. It's still the smallest one we've talked about here so far. It's at a $170 million market cap right now. One cool thing about this project is that every time you send or sell or buy tokens, there is a 5% burning fee, which means the token supply is constantly being burned over time. This coin, I do think, has the potential to do some stupid, silly, bullish numbers over the course of the next year, assuming the AI narrative catches on, because that's what this site is, that's what this project is. It is an AI play, OXO, privacy, security, and confidentiality, all with AI technology. So you can see it's got an AI auditor system for smart contracts, it's got a privacy DEX, it's got anti-rug AI. It's just an AI adjacent project. And so for that reason alone, I do think it's going to do some crazy numbers. Alex Becker has already talked about it on his videos. So it does have some traction in terms of the KOL community. And I do think this one could do up to a $2 to $5 billion market cap. I put it at the low end of 2 because I do think that's totally reasonable for an AI play that's one of the, top 10 options out there. I think with that and it being a recognizable name in OXO or 0x0 is not like any other token you've heard of before. It's definitely easy to remember. So I think this one could do quite well. If we're totally basing it off of the AI narrative play, I think $1 to $2 billion in the market cap at the peak is totally possible. It actually did get up to, let's see here, in terms of market cap, it got up to 428 million. So it got about of a fifth, roughly 20% of the way there so far at its peak back in March. So it definitely has that potential. And I do think right now, making this video, we are again, at one point, we were actually about 70 to 75% on a pull down. Right now, we're at $180 million market cap off of that 400. So we're somewhere around a 60% drawdown right now from the peak. And so I do think the upside is definitely there. I'm gonna put this thing at 11.3x or over 1000% return at its peak. The next coin is another one that I think is an AI play you just simply don't want to miss out on. This is GPU, and this token I think has one of the best tickers out there, GPU. You go to the actual page here and it looks like the NVIDIA logo a little bit, like Node AI, GPU, solely based on the name, solely based on the narrative. This is a coin that I've been buying, and I honestly screwed up because recently it was down to 33 cents one of these days. It's at 40 cents right here. It was down to 33 cents earlier, a couple weeks ago, like maybe a week or two ago. And I didn't buy any more, and I should have, because most of my buys are around $1. It's at $1.23 right now. It's literally up. If we go to the last month right here, we can see this thing was down in the 39 cents range, right? This is on July 11th. It's July 29th. So 18 days later, this thing has done a 3 to 4x in 18 days. That's the kind of buy pressure you're gonna see here, and even sell pressure, right? This thing's gonna be volatile as heck because it's only a $100 million market cap. And at the bottom here, it was a $40 million market cap. This thing is a baby micro coin. It's gonna move like crazy. But if this AI narrative picks up again in the bull market, you better believe that a coin with that good of a ticker and that much notoriety for being this small could do some crazy numbers. So I'm also gonna put it at a $2 billion market cap. And because it's so much smaller, that is a 22x from where we're at right now. It's at a $100 million market cap, so we're off a little bit here. It's really more like this. It's really 0.1. And that would put us at a flat 20x if we get to $2 billion market cap. But this thing fluctuates a lot each day. As you guys saw in the last 7 days, this thing went from, even in the last one day, it went from $1 up to $1.35, up 36% in one day. If we go back to the 25th, right? Not even a week ago, 4 days ago, we're at 88 cents all the way up to $1 and almost 40. We're talking about almost, like 70% gain right there in a matter of a couple days. So this thing moves a lot. And if you do believe in it like I do, you can buy when it does have those off days where it tanks, 10, 20%. You can buy some at that point if you want to. This is a highly speculative play, but I do think that the risk reward here is there. I think, worst case, it goes down and it goes to zero and you lose whatever you put in. The best case right here, we're looking at 20 to 50x. This is like one of those coins that if the AI narrative really hits and this coin gets picked up as the coin to buy or one of the coins to buy, this is one of those coins where I think it's worth taking that upside risk and knowing that we could lose all the investment we put in there. But I do think that the narrative pushes the upside to a place where it's totally worth it. This is the website. You can see it's pretty legitimate. It looks pretty good. You can go and look into how it works, how exactly they make money, what the product is all about. This is one that I've been talking about for a while, and I do think it's worth checking out. The second to last coin we have here is Prime, and this is another AI adjacent play, but it's also a play for Web3 gaming. If we go over to Prime, this is the token that powers the parallel game ecosystem. And it also, if you watch my other videos, is going to be the way that you can get into the AI Wayfinder project, which is going to have the prompt token with a $400 million airdrop. If you haven't checked that video out yet, go and watch it right up here because you simply don't want to miss that one. But this token has a ton of different utility, and it also has an AI component to it with the game having AI. And so I just think this is another one that's going to explode. It actually did explode. It was at $28 back in March. It came down to as low as $6 at one point over here. This thing had an 80% pullback in a matter of a couple months. I think this thing's going to absolutely explode when the time is right, and we're going to go way past this point of $26 right here. I think we could see upwards of $50, which would from right now put us at a 5x. And if we even see $100+ we're looking at a 10x. $3 billion market cap, I think, is in the realm of possibility. If we go to the market cap all-time high, we were at just under $1 billion, right? We're at $928 million. So if we're talking about $3 billion, I'm saying we're going to get 3 times higher than the highest that already was a couple months ago, which I think is very possible if Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market does have another bull run in the next year. Okay, the last coin right here is a boring one. It's Solana. And the reason I'm putting this one in here, it's not going to be a 10x. It's not going to. But if you don't want to take the risk with all these tokens, and I'll be honest, these tokens all have a significant amount of risk to both sides, both the upside and the downside. If you want to take a less risky play, but also one that has the potential to yield more than you might get with a Bitcoin or Ethereum, I think Solana is the obvious choice here. Bonk, Render, and Whiff, all three of these coins are on Solana, and a lot of the top meme coins that are traded day to day right now are also on Solana. A lot of projects are building on Solana, and it's become a bit of the mainstream blockchain to use right now outside of Ethereum, obviously. Now that the Ethereum ETF has passed, there also could be a Solana ETF narrative that builds over the next year or so. So I'm going to say if we take Ethereum's peak market cap and cut it in half from 2021, that puts us at $300 billion for Solana. With it currently being around $80 billion, we're looking at a 3 to 4x on Solana. I think the price of Solana will be somewhere around a peak of $600 to $900 this cycle. I think that's very possible. And if that happens, a 3x on your money is just insane. I mean, we're talking about all these ridiculous numbers, but if you want to take something that's a little bit more of a safer bet that also has, in my opinion, a seriously massive upside still, that's Solana. I don't think there's any better coin to do it with, and I have a significant amount of Solana. I actually swapped a good amount of my Ethereum into Solana earlier this year because I saw what was happening and the shift in momentum from Ethereum to Solana purely based on the fees and the speed of Solana. So I do think this is a good one to have in your portfolio, and it's also one you could look at as a high upside altcoin. Okay, that is my list of 10 altcoins. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more content just like this. Check out our membership down below at mattscrypto.com. And before you head out, go over and watch this video right here because you simply do not want to miss it.